Okay, we're still trying to neutralize the wheat produced by the new camp. The only advice we really have is start in front of the new camp. It could mean that, but I don't think so. The route going outside on the hills, it would be very bad place. We did take a look at these places earlier, but at that point we didn't have the quest. Ah, yeah. Went that hard?
Lost our way, have we?
Korkalam knows about your little enterprise.
What? Why are you here?
Yeah, do I need to shut this down or do I want to... Can I take 3 of these guys at the same time? Ah, I don't think so. Maybe I should try to bluff.
I'm here to warn you. Korkalam has sent 5 Templars to finish you off.
What? You can't be serious!
They should arrive here any minute.
Damn it! We have to leave!
You should. Okay. What exactly do I need to do here? Was that good enough, or clearly don't have what it takes to use this. Yeah, that's solved for the moment, but that's not a permanent solution. So, what is the permanent solution here? I really just have to kill everything. The quest is clearly not finished. Wonder where they went. Did they come here or go back into the city? This is just abandoned. It's not a solution. I thought I might be able to sabotage the equipment or something like that. Can't do shit. So this is in no way the solution to the problem. Yeah, I don't like this. It basically, maybe it's the first step we need to take to undo something else later on. But to me it seems I'm basically doing nothing at all. Might be a necessary step you need to take, but I'd like to at least give a try to a more permanent solution right here and now. When did we get multiple bows? Okay. Haven't been paying attention, I guess. I think I have a dexterity for this. Let's talk to them first.
Lost our way, have we?
Korkalam knows about your little enterprise.
What? Why are you here?
To put an end to the whole business here.
Guys, just go over here for a minute. Coward, come back!
You.
Coward, come back!
Yeah, Baza!
Oh crap! What the hell is going on? Okay. Yeah, there's no control over the guy in the bottom at the moment. He's basically going to drown before I get him out of there. Never had to do that before. Might have mentioned that this game has bad control system. Like really, really bad. Read mixer. Check out. Why aren't you hitting the guy? Run away! He was the top one. The real problem. Yeah, this meat eating isn't going to do good things to my bowels. I think there was something that returns my mana. Stone. Or is this stone root? Yeah. Ooh. He's in out of ore and healing potions. Be still one more guy.
You'll be sorry for that. Yes, yes, don't panic. You've won.
Take all the things. Excellent. Feel. What does it say about it? I should go in front of the nuke. Okay. Wonder if this really helped. What exactly am I doing here? I have no idea what I'm doing. It seems like yeah, I have no idea. Now we have a lot of weapons. I suppose we should go back to the Brotherhood camp and report the results. Yeah, better save here just in case we didn't actually produce any lasting results. What's the fastest way? Let's see if I can actually remember that. When we should fight quite a bit as well, I suppose. You actually hit something. Don't stare! Jesus Christ. Look at the enemy. Yeah, look at the enemy. Don't look at... Sweet Jesus. I haven't seen this kind of locking system in many games. I guess the closest I can think of is Severance Blade of Darkness, but in that it's not something you have to maintain. You basically lock it and you can easily switch it from target to target. It's quite an easy system. And you can actually ignore it and your hit still hits if the sword hits the enemy model. So it's fundamentally a different type of system. It's just there to help you aim, but it's not necessary to do harm. Here it's more of a necessity than aid. not exactly a huge amount of fighting there, and it's an easy 250 experience. If there's something I find it odd about the experience system here is how little quests really give you. This was basically, we got from these about as much as you can get from a quest, and that's quite ridiculous. So there's no real reason to do quests for experience, really. If you want to level up, grinding monsters is a much more efficient way. You'll earn money at the same time. Yeah, it's... quick travel system is something I miss in these games. I just don't see any reason why it shouldn't be in a game like this. You don't have to have it to every minor location, but between the major camps, for example. Because this is very disruptive if you want to do things one quest at a time. Most of the quest is basically just you running around doing nothing. Even if you would know the answer, it would have basically been run to the new camp, do your little bit of fighting there, and then just run away. Yay. I wonder if these guys are still hostile. Don't appear to be. The guards here seem to have forgive and forget attitude to things, which I do like. They'll punish you for the immediate transgression, but don't hold a grudge. I still. As far as gameplay is concerned, I think that's a good solution. I really wish jumping around wouldn't be faster. I think the difference is all that much, but it's clearly things move faster when you're jumping around. Anything else? Not sure what to do after this. I still want to sort of visit the fire mages. It is bugging me that I haven't been able to deliver the letter. So it's very likely that I'll continue to do that unless the guy gives something worthwhile from this. I doubt he will though. seems the main quest line is the most rewarding one. Simply because all the extra crap you get from simply progressing in your faction and because you get new equipment, access to new traders. It seems chapter also has a significant impact because I'm pretty sure we had cleansed quite a few of these areas, and when the chapter changed they got respawned again. So it seems like if you want to maximize your character progression, funds, that sort of thing in this game, you want to explore as much as possible when you can. So when the chapter changes again, you have the option at least to do all those things again and get more funds and more levels. I don't intend to do that though. Actually, when opportunity arises and we have a chance to get more experience, more loot, we'll take it. But I mean, I don't intend to redo large sections of the map just because it might give us a few extra levels and then some funds. Actually, if we are in desperate need of a few skill points to do something we really want to do, that's a different matter. But I'm hoping we don't have to do that, and if we do, I'm certainly hoping those will be some kind of an exception to the rule. I already wasted quite a lot of time at the early game basically doing nothing and fumbling around, so I'd like to keep that to a minimum for the rest of the Let's Play. I don't think it can be entirely avoided. Especially since some of these creatures seem to fight in a way I don't understand how. Especially with the new lizards, I don't understand why we are missing so much. Even when they're... naturally they use defense much more. Even when we clearly sort of score a hit, and we can do that a lot of times and still we're not doing damage. So I want to see what's that's all about. Who gave us trying to remember who gave us this job. It's the guy in the alchemy lab. This is not where we needed to go.
Hang on.
Yeah, and the lock picking skill, already forgot about that. Well, I have a good idea how we can get those. Just do the few early quests we got.
Awaken! What do you want?
Regarding the weed production in the new camp,
Yes?
I can't find these men.
I wouldn't have expected anything else from you.
What? Oh,
I'll be seeing you.
May the sleeper...
you're really doing this to me. So I didn't talk to them. I sort of saw where this might be going. I think I took precautions against that. Crap. Basically achieved nothing through this. It's part of the game though. And So this is the shit we can expect from this game. Either do it precisely to the last detail how the programmer wanted you to, or you're just going to fail things anyway. I mean, really. Really.
Lost our way, have we?
No.
Korkalam knows about.
What?
To put an.
Guys!
Oh,
Yeah, buzz off!
okay. Is someone still after us? I don't want to target him. I want to target the main bad guy, like he has arrows.
Fight! Yours, suicide! Killing somebody in front of witness!
Now that I think about it, we want to go in there in a better health. Be ashamed to fail at this point.
You'll be sorry for that.
How do you finish these guys off? Holy shit. Yeah, the mixer was badass. Mixer. Didn't we really save there? I mean, didn't we really do? For God's sake, game. I still don't understand why sometimes we don't kill people. How do you finish them off then? I really don't want to do this again.
Lost.
Yeah, buzz off!
Be shooting arrows at us? Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's the easy part. We're not good at shooting a moving target, that's what I'm also about to learn. What in God's name are you guys doing? Magic kills them automatically. Wonder if we use this. Yeah, this time I'm saving. Ah. Not hitting anything. Sure, there's some kind of finishing action you have to do once you knock them down. Just don't understand quite yet how you're supposed to do it. Field bow. Fireball. Okay, at least this time we did talk to them. We talk to them like everything's just okay. So let's try this again. One way or another, I want this wrapped up. I guess it's time to just go on jumping. What's the shortest way, really? I think it's actually it's pretty much the path we are taking. Not quite though. It's clear, so there is no fuss there. Certainly not gonna stay and fight here against anyone. We need to know whether this is sufficient to wrap up this mission or not. Maybe this time I actually managed to locate it. Yeah. I can certainly understand why this sort of stuff happens, but it takes you quite disruptively out of the game, because it makes no goddamn sense naturally. It's because of the limitations how programming has to be made. It has no intelligence. The conditions aren't met, nothing happened. Correct dialogue doesn't trigger and all that. Easy to understand. but it's not something you want to see. So at least to some extent, just possibilities that people might opt to do this option in a different way than the main way most people probably do it. It has to be somehow accounted for, or just make it a. The entire point was to go there and stop the operation, and we did, in my opinion. Although what are you doing? Yeah. Intention was to just go on the other shore, but it's so goddamn hard. First of all, you sort of bounce off from there. From the bottom when you try to swim there, and then the inverted camera controls come to play again. Yeah, these guys don't really call me either anymore. Yeah, Paka to you too. There might be wolves here too. This is a bit of a problem because I have no recollection now. Where do I need to go? Yeah. Good to have company. Okay, this looks a bit more familiar. Well, I want to follow the river quite closely. We don't have to go through the forest to do that though. We're pretty much cool at this point anyway. I doubt anyone's even following us. Yeah, I'm not going to the correct place, am I though? I can see that. Yep. Didn't think so. You have stayed with the road this time. For once, it was the place to go to. Probably get like a few hundred experience points from this at best, but I am hoping that it might have something to do with basically open up a possibility to go in the Fire Mages area. It might not, it's very likely. If it does not, we're basically going to the old camp and doing jobs there. I'm not putting it off anymore. It'll likely be a slaughter session though, because we don't particularly have point anymore, and we do need more income, we need more experience, so the best way simply is to start slaughtering creatures.
It was obvious that
It's so much faster than doing quests, and I doubt all the quests in this game amount to all that much. That's probably why they are doing the monster respawns. That simply killing all the monsters you meet during the travel here is more or less the design point where you reach the design point in the experience points levels that are sufficient to wrap up the game. That's probably the reason why I was too low level to even join this camp. Because you're supposed to run around a bit, do a few quests before you do that, and it's sort of calculated in there.
But keep it to yourself.
Awaken! What do you want?
Regarding the weed production in the new camp,
Yes?
I can't find these men.
I wouldn't have expected anything else from you.
I'll be seeing you.
May the sleeper...
One last try. So, in other words, this entire goddamn session, we've done what we basically should more or less be done multiple times, and because we didn't do it the correct way, it just fails. Basically, I think there's two matters here. We can either lie to them, alternatively we can go there and try to fight against it, but that's not going to work, and we know it. So we'll try to lie and
Lost
fight.
our way.
Corcolan.
What? What?
I'm here to.
What? You can't.
They should arrive.
Damn it.
And this is why games need fast travel systems. This is why you allow... Another good reason why you allow people to manually save in games. I mean, if you encounter some kind of major problem, a bug in a massive program system like a game, God forbid, that's never going to happen now, is it? It just makes a lot of sense. It avoids a lot of trouble to the player and offers quite a lot of security in case of any kind of issues, and naturally a lot of convenience. It still bothers me. It's mainly the saving system I'm mainly seeing, I guess, in Bioshock Infinite, and it pisses me off incredibly. It's just bad. I've never heard a good reason why the ability to they've removed the ability to basically manually save. I've never heard anyone explain to me in any kind of a way that it makes sense why you wouldn't want to allow it. I've heard reasons why you might not want to do it. That's very different from why you would not want to allow it, though. Because what people usually respond to is it makes the experience different, in a way. And it does. That's not a reason to not do it, not to allow it. It's not a multiplayer experience, so it certainly could be done without any real disruptions. Sure, it allows you to play indifferently because you can't just go back and basically do things right. It makes certain things more challenging. Okay, if you want to do that, no one's stopping you. It's a single player game. No one's choices in their own games is going to change how you play your own game. So if that's your thing, you want to play that way, and I certainly like to play that way sometimes. Nothing's stopping me. It's never even occurred to me really that it might be something, a reason to deny the ability to save from the game. I don't see any reason for that. If you, it's just a different type, different way to play the game. It's like complaining that someone else is using cheat codes in his own single-player game when he plays alone. I mean, okay. So he cheated. So what? It's not like. Yeah, it's totally pointless. It's his gaming experience. If he wants to make things a little bit easier on himself, or retry something, replay some kind of a, wondering what would have happened if I'd done things differently. He doesn't have to play the entire game to do it, or entire stage again, or whatever. And if he can encounter some kind of a bug, he can reload the save he made 30 seconds ago or a couple of minutes ago instead of restarting an entire stage or restarting the entire game in the worst case scenarios. He can leave the game exactly where he wanted to if he has real life intervenes, which is, God forbid, never happens to anyone. He can have his friend try the game without ruining his own game. That's I guess one of the biggest reasons I hate it. I basically have multiple games at the same time. There was some kind of a hardcore setting in the game, and I wanted to basically play it on the side when I play Clash of Infinite or maybe other games, or have my other family members basically try it out. But you can't do that because the game only has that one saves game. It supports, the automatic save system supports one game at a time, and that was it. So if you played at the hardest difficulty, you'd have to play that game through before you could start another game, because if we started another game, it automatically auto-saved on top of it, and you couldn't continue your hard game. You can get around that, but it requires you to manually copy the game files in the system and basically removing them so you can continue them on later, that sort of thing. So it's not like it stopped people from doing that. What you did is you forced them to manually start moving around their files in their own computers to work around your shitty implementation of a game. You didn't prevent anything, you just made things a lot more inconvenient and forced people to do a lot of things they didn't really want to do.
I'm not listening to all that blathering anymore.
So it brings down the entire experience. It's one of the reasons I never bought any DLCs for the game, and I'm not really interested. I haven't kept an eye on maybe they allowed some kind of save system later on, for all I know. I wouldn't know. But it basically, for me, I played it through like, I think once. And then basically abandoned it because the save system pissed me off so much. And that's just how it is. I'd like to play in different ways, and the save system made it. I would have to do the manual bypassing constantly, and it's just not worth it.
Awaken! What do you want?
I can't fight the men.
Regarding the weed production and the new camp,
Yes?
They are gone.
You surprise me. I underestimated your abilities. Maybe you could be useful after all.
Hmm.
I'll be seeing you.
May the sleeper enlighten you.
Yeah, it was basically a lot of back and forth for very little. Not exactly unexpected though. Either way, I want to get rid of this Fire Mage letter. I really do. So I'll be ending things here out of the way. I just want to find a place to rest. So we can restore our magic, restore our health. From what I remember, we don't have a huge number of things to really do. Some minor, really minor crap in the old camp, and that's pretty much it. There was a handful of people we needed to do. I'm not sure if it'll help us to gain access to the wizards though. I have a couple of ideas. Well, I have an idea how we might be able to get access to them. Anyway, it has to do with how I've noticed people reacting when you use your weapon systems. In combination to the fact that we can actually move past things and creatures without fighting them if we just really go for it. So I'm hoping a combination of that might be enough to why aren't you sleeping in that? It's like it's losing the target constantly. Yeah. This game is odd. It's like very solid and impressive aspects, and then there's a huge amount of aggravation, and they're sort of balled up into a very odd gameplay experience. I just don't really know what to think about it. Sometimes things are going well, you're doing interesting things, but we're still in the section that most of the gameplay is pretty pointless back and forth going and time wasting activities. It's like, well, it sort of reminds me actually of playing some shitty MMOs in a way. That's sort of exactly how it reminds me. Quests not giving you... Quests are there for progressing the plot. If you ignore that, game world where there are a small group of creatures, you can sort of drag away them one by one from the group. Fight, get a decent amount of crappy loot and experience. Sort of a reasonably sized sandbox game world in that sense. Yeah, I'll just end it here. I was sort of curious, could we afford another rune? Probably could afford it. The problem is it would basically cost us everything we have at the moment, and I don't want to do it that way. We're much better off just going back to the old camp, killing things as we go along. I just don't like the structure where it seems most of our progress is dependent on pretty much murdering these random groups of monsters we find along the way that don't appear to have anything to do with anything. It's usually the best parts of an RPG are the quest lines, the story missions, and this seems to be in here. It's the vast minority of things you do to make your typical RPG progression. I don't like it. Actual things in mission, the basis isn't bad. But it's exactly that. It's sort of a busy work for you to do to stretch out the experience. At the moment, I don't. I'd rather basically play a short but tight role-playing game than drawn out. But you can say it takes 30 hours for you to play it through, but if this is most of what that 30 hours is going to be, it's not going to be a pleasant experience.